I also remember a season, or actually a couple of seasons, where my praise had to be expensive because it did cost. And I
Mm.
remember some of you know my story of going through domestic violence. When I was 20, I thought I was grown, and I lived in a domestic violence situation for a while. God delivered me from that. Found myself in another situation where now I'm married and now I'm being betrayed. And so my heart was just broken. And in the seventh year of being going through that betrayal, he gave me a little chorus. He gave me a little song, and I would sing it on my bed with my guitar in the place where I felt broken the most. And I would sing, I know my Redeemer lives. I know my Redeemer lives. All of creation testifies, like the one who's going to buy back my pain and my shame. He lives. And from that pain, I was like, okay, God, I'm going to offer you the best that I have. I'm going to offer you my faith in you, my declaration of what you have done and what you're going to do. And for many years, that has been a song that has kept me in. And even in the midst of constant brokenness and even more betrayal that happened, even after that, the Lord said, sing about who I am. And so oftentimes it was not just a pretty song that I'm trying to sing. It was, this is my battle cry. This is my truth in the face of a lie. You know?
Yeah.
And so that was what God gave me. And I'm happy to say, that well, I'll say this, things didn't work out. And that was a 21-year span, And in the 14th year of Redeemer being out, that marriage fell apart, And I thought, okay, God, I'm still going to worship you through it. I'm still going to declare who you are. I may not be loved in the natural. I may have been betrayed in the natural. I may have been abused in the natural. I may not be blah, 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 blah in the natural. But you say I'm loved. You say that you buy back my pain and my shame. You said that I am new. You say that I am whole. So out of your truth, I'm going to sing. And, it's been 7 years now, and God has redeemed me in the love area, and part of it is my declaration of faith, even in the midst of it, even when I didn't see it. And it reminded me of Job, who had lost all of his kids. He lost all of his health, all of his wealth. He was faithful to God. I was faithful to God, serving God. And still, God will allow us to suffer at times. But I think the real test is, what will we say about God when we don't see him? What will we sing about God when we don't feel him? What worship will we give when we'd rather do something else? But Job, in the midst of his pain, is the one who said it first. He was like, I don't know what's going on, y'all. I don't know the end of my story. He didn't know God was going to give him twice as much wealth and health and 10 more children, and he was going to restore him in his relationship. He didn't know that. But in the middle of it, that's where Job said, I know my Redeemer lives. And in the last day, he's going to stand upon the earth. And because he said it, I was able to say it thousands of years later and say, yeah, I'm going to hold on to the hope that's sure, that has been tested and that has proven to be able to deliver. And so this same God that we say that we are talking about worshiping is the same God that we don't just wait until the answer comes. But I believe that before the answer comes, what we declare in that night season makes way for the day to come.
Yeah.
It makes way for
That's right.
the increase to eventually to be ours.
And as we wait on the Lord, and as worship becomes our weapon, our strength is renewed, right?
Yeah.
They that wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. So several years ago, our youngest son, who is 12 years old now, at the age of 4, he was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. And it was like the most painful thing we have ever gone through as parents, for sure. And we still we're walking that out, right? It was a diagnosis that we overcome every day, and we continue to see progress. And oh my goodness, our son is amazing. But my heart literally felt like it was broken in pieces. And that was really when I got the revelation that my worship is not just sitting at the Lord's feet and adoring him and in the sweetness of worship. But that was really that season when my worship became a weapon against the enemy.
Yes, Nicole.
And my worship got like some real edge on it, you know what I'm saying? And so because as we worship him and confuse the enemy, Cece, I think you said that earlier this week, our worship confuses him.
Yes.
How is this happening in her life? And she's choosing to worship God. Man, it confuses the enemy. And so we're actually, we're able to prophesy over our situation, and we gain strength.
Yeah.
We gain gain muscle in the spirit
Yes.
as we worship him. I love 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 3 and 4. Though we walk in the flesh, we do not war according to the flesh. For the weapons of our
Yes.
warfare are not carnal. They're not
Yes.
weapons of the world,
Yes.
but mighty in
Yes.
God for
Preach.
pulling down strongholds. And so that our worship as a weapon is one of the most powerful tools we have.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
At TBN, our mission is to use every available means to reach as many individuals and families as possible with the life-changing gospel of Jesus Christ.
Thank you for helping make the gospel of grace go around the world.
And it's because of you that partner with us that this ministry continues. God bless you.